Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Kent Lutzen. A sigh of relief from Fish, Wildlife and Parks as chronic wasting disease test results from samples collected last week all came back negative. This news comes after positive tests in 2 successive weeks. FWP is currently operating a surveillance effort in south central Montana, the area where CWD was first discovered in Montana this fall. This effort has entailed collecting samples from deer, elk, and moose at check stations within the priority surveillance area. Hunters have been a huge help to FWP. Though there is no evidence CWD is transmittable to humans, it is recommended to never eat meat from animals that appear to be sick or are known to be CWD positive. And today marked the last day of general hunting season. This week, a long firearm season is most popular season for hunters due to pursue deer and elk. Fish, Wildlife and Parks is prepared to have what they refer to as shoulder season, so hunters will be able to hunt elk. The shoulder season is a way to control the overpopulation of elk, and it will start in a few weeks and go into February. MTN spoke with the game warden, who says it is bittersweet that hunting season is over, seeing that most wardens are working nonstop to make sure hunters are being safe and following the rules. She tells us that not many people in the area went out today, and weather may have played a role in that.
I don't know if it's the wind or the warmer weather, but I haven't checked very many hunters today compared to the beginning of the season. But the beginning of the season, we had an early snowfall in the beginning of November, and then it stuck around for a couple of weeks, and so that created a lot of activity with the wildlife, and I saw a lot more hunting going on during that time frame. But it was a good season overall. I know that we're like even above average on our elk harvest and our deer.
Most locations in western Montana have seen a mostly cloudy to overcast sky day today, but to still some surprisingly warm temperatures out there. Let's go to meteorologist Russ Thomas for more on weather. Russ.
Yes, those warm temperatures will not last much longer, but you're right, Kim. Boy, it was really nice out there, especially this evening. In fact, within the last hour, temperatures in some parts of western Montana in the upper 50s. Now, we do look at our satellite and radar, and while we've seen rain try to drop in western Montana today, for the most part, it has been quiet. We are going to see a little bit with this front that's passing through, and that front now in north central Idaho, and again, pushing through western Montana overnight. Currently 55 in Missoula, 57 Hamilton, 52 Polson. Finally warming up in Kalispell. We were at 38 about an hour ago, now sitting at 46. We'll have more coming up.
Thanks, Russ. Disgraced Minnesota Senator Al Franken has broken his 8-day silence following new accusations of sexual harassment. As CBS News' Laura Podesta reports, Franken will return to work Monday as Washington grapples with how to handle sexual misconduct moving forward.
In a new interview with Minnesota Public Radio, Senator Al Franken says he's ashamed.
I just want to say that this whole thing has been, embarrassing and it's been difficult.
The Minnesota Democrat, who apologized for forcibly kissing and groping a journalist in 2006, has not spoken until now about new allegations that he grabbed the buttocks of women in 2007 and 2010.
I take pictures with thousands of people. I would never intentionally do that.
Franken says he plans to return to work Monday. But at least one lawmaker accused of harassment is stepping aside. The longest-serving member of the House, Representative John Conyers, announced he's not resigning, but will no longer serve on the Judiciary Committee while he's investigated for sexual harassment.
Women have spoken out. Their concerns will be addressed in a way that I think will give comfort as well as end this behavior, because you know what? It's disgusting.
In a TV interview Sunday, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi said the House will vote this week on legislation for mandatory anti-harassment training, as well as the end of non-disclosure agreements and payoffs to victims. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
Senator Franken said he's complying with an ethics investigation into his alleged groping. He said he has no plans to resign. And President Trump is headed to Capitol Hill this week to try to boost support for the GOP tax bill. Mr. Trump will meet lawmakers from both parties on Tuesday, including Senate Republicans. The Senate could purportedly vote on the tax bill as early as Thursday, but Republicans are still scrambling to line up the votes. At least 3 GOP senators have reservations about the bill, while Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson is against it. The tax reform package passed in the House earlier this month. Republicans want to send the bill to Trump's desk before the end of this year. If the tax bill passes, it would be their first major legislative win in this administration. And Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is facing a deadline on Monday to submit more documents to Senate investigators. The senior White House advisor is under scrutiny from the Senate Judiciary Committee. Senators want to see transcripts of his interviews to other congressional committees and documents related to this security clearance. They also want to scrutinize Kushner's communications related to the firing of former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Specifically, senators want to see all emails between Kushner and Flynn that contain words Clinton, WikiLeaks, and Putin. An attorney for Kushner says he has been responsive to congressional requests. And back in Missoula, an annual art festival showcasing the ability of elite craftspeople wraps up as holiday season ends. MTN's Donna Lakua has more.
This weekend, patrons of the arts gathered in the Hilton Garden Inn to peruse the products of over 60 vendors from across the states. Following a tradition of supporting fine arts, the Under the Big Sky Arts Festival hosted a diverse crew of artisans from as far away as the East Coast.
We've had this venue for the past 9 years, and our artists have been carefully selected by Jim over these years. We're a very tight-knit family here in the area, and I believe this is one of the best art festivals in the Northwest. All of our artists create one-of-a-kind, unique pieces in their specific medium, and we have everything from oil paintings to t-shirts.
We've been coming here 9 years. It's been a good show for us. People in Missoula are very nice, very hospitable, and they're very giving. We sell a lot of product here, so we're looking forward to coming back next year.
Every single product sold at this fair was made by hand, and the artists are proud to come together once again to share in the fruits of their labor.
This year's Under the Big Sky Arts Festival is dedicated to the event's previous organizer, Jim Bice, who passed away last month.
This show is the first one they've had without Bice, and he is fondly remembered by the artisans.
We were like father and son. I mean, he was a real mentor for me, and I'm going to miss him very much.
Though Bice's death has affected these veteran craftsmen and women, it hasn't affected their perspective.
Art is work. All these artists have to work very hard at what they do. But you know what? Getting to do what you love to do is really nice, you know, and I'm fortunate enough to make a halfway decent living at it.
Reporting in Missoula, Donald Lakatua, MTN News.
And quite possibly the couple with the longest marriage in America history just celebrated their 85th wedding anniversary. CBS News' Laura Podesta was at the party and tells us what they think is the secret to a long-lasting, loving relationship.
It was 1932 when then 21-year-old John Bitar picked up his 17-year-old neighbor, Ann Shawa, in this Ford Roadster for a first date. After just days of dating, they decided to elope in Harrison, New York.
And they said that it wouldn't last.
85 years later, now aged 106 and 102, with 5 children, 15 grandchildren, and more than a dozen great-grandchildren, they're still together and clearly still in love.
I love your cooking.
To celebrate their historic relationship, their family gathered for a big party in Fairfield, Connecticut, a few miles from where the two met. Now, what Ann and John don't know is the same model car they drove to their first date is a surprise for them here at this anniversary party.
Look at that car.
With a little assistance, Ann and John were able to get in and relive those first moments of their relationship.
You're my honey. It's like old times.
And as they continue down Lover's Lane, Ann has wise words for other married couples hoping to make it 85 years.
Listen to one another. No matter what the situation is, we're not arguing. We're listening. And we've always listened.
Quite possibly a recipe for lasting love. In Fairfield, Connecticut, Laura Podesta, CBS News.
Weekend with mild temperatures, but will that last? Meteorologist Wes Thomas will be in with more. Plus, Under the Big Sky highlights one Montana potter. Stay tuned.